And we're back!
Almost back.
Mostly.
Yeah, okay. We're good to go. Good to play some Rings of Zilfin.
Oh yeah. Finally finished this eagle story.
Alright, so we just healed up, and the way out of here, we're gonna just go
I think it's east.
just straight east.
It's east, then northeast the rest of the way.
Okay, let's grab these.
You're gonna go east, there's gonna be a water dragon, it's not gonna care about you.
Ooh, water dragon.
It's going to ignore you, because it doesn't care that you're the legendary hero.
Exit.
It's a water dragon.
Okay, there we go. Then we head northeast.
Yep, and you're gonna fight double wizards.
Oh yeah, these guys are kind of tough, aren't they?
Yep.
Do I wanna... Ilk Bead? I don't even think I can Ilk Bead, because...
As soon as you Ilk Bead, the other one just takes it down. You have to like burst one down.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm gonna need help for the last dungeon, right? So...
Here, go to Aklin instead of Ilkby. I got a theory. It's a shield that only absorbs 50, but I don't think it can do shield and HP damage at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go. It's cheaper to cast. And since he's gonna take it down with one hit anyways. Man, watching wizards fight must be the most boring thing. It's just a whole lot of like arms in the air yelling, and then occasionally somebody dies. Unless Jezeb's got some really cool lightning bolts going on that we don't know about. There you go.
Okay,
And northeast.
Northeast?
Yep, northeast to the cliffs. North is just the trolls.
Oh, mushroom.
You gotta
Oh yeah.
switch back to Udbar.
Unequipped.
Use a cloak.
Use Elven Cloak is
D.
Done. Use Elven Cloak helps to keep Reus 1. Great. We were using the horn.
H.
Makes sense. One of
For
the
once.
ones that is on the, you know.
Oh! Oh, it's a fucking peacock! It's not a fucking eagle, it's a giant fucking peacock.
Well, that's a twist? Is that a twist?
Okay, you have my attention back.
Okay, offers to carry Reus to Castle Graz. Do we want to go?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah, we're going to Castle Graz on the back of this peacock. Oh wow, that was quick. Yo, is that a big face? I remember Castle... Whoa, I got notes on this.
Hands are off the keyboard.
I got notes on this. There was some guy who was like, he made a pact with Dragos. Something like that.
Well, there's a Zera the Eternal Sorceress pact with Dragos kind of thing.
Yeah. No, I remember reading something about this. Oh well, we'll figure it out. It's probably these words over here.
Okay, so we're just gonna try and...
Did we save?
I don't know if I can save. Like, I have to exit the world map. Like, if I click exit, is it gonna, like, jump me back over to the cliff?
Well, then we'll just use the horn again. Yeah, it is. Oh well.
No, we're in Chakrin.
Yeah,
Chakrin.
so that's
Is that...
right there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But save.
Alright.
Just in case the giant face tries to eat us.
Yes.
And go back.
Yes. Use cloak is D.
Yep.
Use horn.
Yeah.
Enter. It didn't even like give me a chance to read that.
Something does not allow Reus to pass. Darmag. Okay, now that I know what we're looking for. I have seen the word Darmag up here before.
So where's Darmag going? How do we get Darmag out of the way? Okay, we can offer. We have the option to offer. We have the option to use. We do not have the option to word. So
it's not a word.
it's an item.
It's an offering. Okay. What do we got to offer?
Elvish boots, torch, match, cloak,
Elixir?
nuke, Prinny
Oh,
platter.
what's this elixir do?
Should I try the elixir?
Give me a second.
Done.
Okay. Enter. Nope.
Did we just use our elixir? Yeah, the elixir's gone.
Reload? Because I'm not walking all the way back to get a goddamn elixir.
Well, I don't know. Do we need it? Like, can you keep looking stuff up, or like?
Yeah, I'll keep.
Figure out if that mattered or not, or figure out if that mattered. That's basically what we need to know.
I think the elixir was given to us by the witch to use in the Dragos fight.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. I remember reading Darmag in the book in the lore section. It's like somewhere around here. Give me a second.
All right. Well, I guess in the meantime, I'll reload this.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Fate of Darmag. After the first speaker, the next best known inhabitant of the place had been Darmag, the guard. Darmag was a creature of unknown origin, resembling a huge pumpkin. His roots dug deep into the soil, and he was more like a vegetable than human or Zilfin. Do we just eat him? Like, do I have to use spice on him? And cinnamon spice? Make him into pumpkin spice muffins?
I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and reload this. Old game, Rias. Alright, well, we got our elixir back.
The day the Zilfins disappeared, a sadness grew in Darmag's heart. The elves who sometimes came to visit were wearing an elvish cloak. Did you use the cloak?
Yes.
Okay. I say we play the flute. Not here.
Not here. Use.
Can we speak to him? Like, T to talk?
Not here. No.
Q? Use the ring? Not here? I mean, we could just go through this one at a time. The horn, maybe?
Cloak, not here. Use H, not here. Use
Chuba?
Dragon.
What's Chuba for?
No idea. Didn't work though.
Match? Burn him to the ground? Not here? Okay.
Use the nuke. Riddle block. Okay, well, using stuff doesn't seem to work.
But the elixir was able to be used.
No, I was offered. I offered the elixir.
Oh, you gave him the elixir?
I offered the elixir and it said done and then nothing. It just burned the elixir. So I feel like if we start offering and stuff, I could try and offer him like an elvish cloak. We have many of those. And I just didn't do anything.
You just
All we did was just burn a cloak.
okay.
I don't think we can offer this guy anything.
So like a spell to cast? I have no idea. Are we sure we can't word?
Yeah, I can't word. Like, I pressed W and it... At no point do I have an opportunity to word. Can't talk.
It's a big angry pumpkin.
I just clicked S and it says I cannot harm Darmag.
Shoot with arrow.
Can't arrow him either. I can cast, but it says I cannot harm him again.
Okay.
I tried to cast a teleport spell too, so I assume it won't let me cast anything.
Well, it's got to be something we use. Like it has to be.
Or something we off. Well, I mean, I don't know about offering because like
Offer. Yeah.
I just tried to offer and it just destroyed the item. So
And there's no way to talk.
no, I can't talk. Get. What other keys do I have?
That's about it, really.
So I mean, like, what do we know about Darmag? Like,
Just what's in the instruction manual here. No one's talked to us about Darmag. Other than he's the ancient guard at the entrance to Castle Graz. And then he's here in history. Trying to figure out. Huh. Nope. All this is Dragos couldn't deal with the monks, and that Darmag is here. Huge pumpkin, his roots dug deep into the soil. He was more vegetable than human or Zilfin. Okay. His skin was like the bark of a tree, hard and durable. Though he appeared to be a plant, he possessed both intelligence and magic. Further, he could surround himself with a wall of pure energy that no one can penetrate. As we found out, his age was never known or guessed. Some said he was on the grounds when the Zilfins built the place. At any rate, he was stationed at the main gate as sentinel and guard, and he and the castle had become known as one. The day the Zilfins disappear, a sadness grew in Darmag's heart. I feel that's like key. What do we have from the Zilfins?
the ring.
Just offer him the ring. Instantly lose.
GG, well played.
GG! Try to walk past. Oh, we lost.
We just gave the guy a ring.
Just, legendary hero Rias comes all this way and gives his ring to the pumpkin.
Because offering just eats our stuff up, I don't feel like we can offer anything here.
Mm-hmm. But we tried using everything and nothing worked, correct?
Wasn't there something about a candle?
Yeah, it was in a cave. Candles or like safe runes or something?
So there's no candle item.
No, it's not on the list of items in the manual.
Yeah, what items can we get? Like, do we have all the items?
We have boots, torch, match, cloak, a nook, prinny powder, a key, a horn, rope, a seed, which was for the Grumtree,
Yep.
flute, gem, riddle book, staff, the Grumtree staff, harp, toy, ring, silk, tobacco, amulet, pearl, chuba, spice, elixir, tea, cookie. We have everything. Maybe there's a spell to cast?
I mean, let's say he's like magical or something. But I think I need to reload because I just
Well, yeah,
threw
you
away
gave
our
him a ring.
I threw away the ring. So we're gonna have to exit that.
I bet you Jimbo the Mad Hatter would know how to get past him. But he's a billion years away. There we go.
Well, that's
Oh.
I should probably not offer this guy everything we own.
Oh, we're off from one of everything till we can pass.
Not the ring.
Yeah.
We unfortunately don't actually have one of everything. We don't have any spice.
Oh, whatever.
But I mean, I don't think that's like
If
a thing, right?
if it's pumpkin spice, then I'm gonna get really upset. How do we get past this guy?
I mean, like a spell seems reasonable, right? But like,
Yeah.
we can use spells here. So like, what do we have available? What do each of the spells do?
Oh.
What?
The cunning Dragos ordered Chuba, the narcotic, to be brought. The Chuba leaves were squeezed and their juice poured into the ground near Darmag. Since he took nourishment from the earth, his roots absorbed the drug. His defenses slowly failed, and he fell to a heavy sleep. So Dragos penetrated the castle.
So use Chuba?
Thereafter, Chuba juice was regularly poured into the soil, and Darmag was reduced to a drugged slave. He would follow any order of Dragos, begging for more Chuba. Such is the fate of him. Offer him Chuba.
I used Chuba, it didn't do anything. Offer.
And enter. Do we gotta give him more Chuba?
We only have 5. So.
Do we gotta, like, time it and then hit E instantly?
I really hope that I don't have to reload again.
Try doing 2 in a row before enter. Oh.
Oh, there, he just like went down.
Oh, yeah. So it takes 4 Chuba to get past him. It's a good thing we had 5.
Castle grass. Rias is the main hall of grass. Main hall.
There we go, we're in the castle. Now's the hard part. Where do we go? What do we do? Rios may exit.
Yeah, how do we...
Use a torch.
And I remember there's a way to like move.
And less word. Word of power.
No, it's not weird. Can't remember how I did the last dungeon. Because we encountered the same thing. Like, it put us in a thing, it looked like there were different ways to go, and the only option it gave us was to exit. Oh yeah, right. We had to exit. In which direction?
I would like to exit.
Let's go right.
Yeah.
And now we're in this. This is the real dungeon.
Oh, there we go.
Unfortunately, these vertical parts, you see there's actually like a...
Well, it goes...
way there, but the vertical parts move so quickly.
Wow.
Enter.
Oh.
Oh, back in the main hall. Okay. Exit.
You had to return first.
Let's just go back in that way. And then...
Why? Why does it go so fast? That hidden door.
Slaves' quarters. They want to help. One of Dragos' slaves gives he has 7 Yerpins. I like Yerpins.
I'll take Yerpins.
Exit. To the north, no door. To the south. There was a door in the south of that room. How will you know?
Exactly.
I love this.
Hurls!
The
Zitrom.
Hurl killing?
Zytrom. I love the Song of Darkness.
Darkness. What way was it? I was going down?
You're going up. Oh.
Back to the main hall. Alright, let's go north.
Should I like map this out?
Maybe. And we'll probably find our way through before without a map. That was the slave's quarters.
Vermigon.
Vermigons.
I don't know what Vermigon is.
Neither do I, but I want to use a
Jin. 2, 3, 4, 5. Go attack first.
I don't know what I need to use now.
Now.
These things do a lot of damage.
4.
Okay, we came in from the left.
Yeah.
Exit north. No. Exit right. No. South. No.
Look around.
Door can't be opened from inside.
GG!
We had to use
Nook. Yeah.
Well, that was. Oh no, the nook doesn't.
Yeah,
work.
it's a key item.
Okay, so I think that was the slight.
Yeah.
Right?
Should I start on a map?
If you want to.
Oh.
There's the stairs. All right.
Yep.
we're
There
on
you go.
floor 2. Want to go up?
Yep.
Yes.
It goes down. Do you want to go down? No. Then I may exit. Through the door.
It's kind of bad.
They tried. Yeah, good luck getting back through that door, by the way.
Good luck getting anywhere on this floor. Look at this.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of dead ends full of those guys. Oh, or you could skip it and go up a floor.
Sniped that floor, eh?
Yep. Yep. Da-da-da-da.
More back dead end.
Problem. I love the Song of Darkness. It's a great song.
Not a dead end.
That's not gonna be
I'm not even sure what they are. It looks like their faces are on the bottom of their body.
Yeah, they look like little eyes on the bottom, but then when they sing, they become nothing but face. Da-da-da.
They're gonna get killed by hurls.
We got 7 Europeans. maybe you're lucky to see 400. I think that's the way you came.
Firmagons, no.
Jin.
Is it one of the other, like, what other ones, like,
Iola, but it's only one hit.
like, for me killing them faster, though?
Oh,
Like, what gives me
Pertlet?
the 100% hit, and what gives me the...
Pertlet, I think, gives you 100% hit chance, and Tarzan is the combo. Give me a second.
I'm gonna use 5 Perlets. And is it Miffed?
No. It's,
Tarzan?
where is it? Pertlet gives 200 strength for one blow.
Okay, well, I just used 5.
Okay, Tarzan gives you maximum sword skill for one blow. And Miffed provides immunity from the next blow. Iola is the antidote for poison.
So I want to use Tarzan's. Well, I mean, I already have max sword skill, so that
Yeah.
won't change anything, right?
Yeah. But no, it guarantees you won't miss.
Oh, okay, so it lies.
Yeah. Because max sword skill is 66. Another Jin. 4, 5. Miffed. Like 3. So we came in from the east.
I just tried to exit to the east. It wouldn't let me check if there are other doors.
Okay.
I think those are just dead end rooms, though.
Yeah.
That's the stairs going down.
North.
We haven't been down here, though, have we?
No.
I think that's the Firmagon room.
Yeah.
I can exit to the left.
That's where we just came in, though. And then just back out of the... Then exit to the right.
South
No,
was
no.
the other. Alright.
No, the other one wasn't south, it was east.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, you wanted to check all directions. Yeah. Oh, that might be it.
Slaves quarters.
6 Turgans.
Check the other directions.
Yeah.
Nope, that's it. We haven't been this way, right?
No.
Which one has Herals? Which one has the way out?
Herals are to the left.
Do you think so? They're both dead ends. I came from that way, right? Where did I come from?
You came from up. Like, you went up.
So I did that, so I haven't
Yeah.
gone this way?
No, you haven't.
Yes, we do want to go up. No, we don't want to go down. Yes, we'd like to exit north.
That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Here? The one with the Herals?
They're all gonna be Herals.
Their attack is magic too. Alright, which one?
That one.
This one?
Oh, it's promising.
And then Herals. was promising until the Heralds, right?
Yep, exactly. With their tempting Song of Darkness.
Some of them have tons of hit points, some of them have no hit points.
Yeah, it's just like all over the place. I think that's just a Herald room. Oh, they both led to the same spot.
Led to the Heralds. So 1, 2, 3, it's not those ones, right?
Yeah. Is it
So
4?
it could be 4, 5, or 6.
5. No Heralds though. Aha!
It just leads to 4.
It's gonna be Heralds.
Nope, it's a dead end.
Okay, so 6 Heralds.
But this is the only way to progress, right? So there could actually be something after these rolls, but
Yeah.
in the dead end. We're getting dangerously low on HP though. That's what I'm
Yeah,
worried
we're
about.
at like half. Less than.
I'm gonna eat those Europeans after.
Yep.
So this guy has like 1,000,000 hit points.
Yeah. Time to use your European.
8 Europeans. 400 hit points.
Might as well use the Turgans too. 7 Turgans. Oh, halfway.
They just lead into each other. Maybe some of the other ones have like things that we didn't. Like, does it look like I'm missing
No.
something in that one?
To the left. Lord Dragos!
Well, we found them. I must thank you for bringing the second ring to me. What a cocky bastard.
This is where you have to use your elixir, I do believe.
I shall now dispose of you and finally possess both rings.
Use the elixir. Use. 730!
Oh my god, we're getting wrecked!
We gotta do this quickly. Okay, elixir.
Use elixir.
Yep.
Not here! What do we do to prevent getting wrecked?
He's casting spells, right? Remember your shitty 50 shields. Acklin. Okay, that's not working,
It's not working! The elixir's not working!
Oh, don't we just have to say submit thy ring?
Is that what we have to do?
Yeah, is there word? Is that an option?
No!
Nope. Use. Okay, well.
We're getting destroyed!
We better not fuck this up. We can't use the elixir? Why?
Can we use the ring?
Not here. Elixir?
What do we do?
We can't word.
Use amulet? Use
The book?
offer? Not now. Or use oh jeez. We can't offer. We can't cast spells.
Can we like...
All we can do is use.
Huh. I don't know what to use. What the- What did we get in the dragon pit?
That's where we got the harp.
Which one we gave to the yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we give him a cookie?
Dragus just wants a cookie. No, I distinctly remember the elixir.
I know, you're right. It won't use the elixir. Cookie. Chuba. Nuke him.
Nuke him.
Ring.
And we're dead.
No,
No,
because we're
yeah.
still alive with 0 hit points. We're dead if we do anything now.
It's supposed to be the elixir. What the hell? Use the food and then submit his first. Die. It's supposed to be drink the elixir and say submit thy ring.
But we can't drink the elixir.
And we can't say words.
Yeah, offer not now.
It might have to be like as soon as you enter the room when he starts talking to you, you chug the elixir.
Well, that's stupid. Okay.
Endurance is gone. Rias is dead.
Do we remember the way to get back through all those rooms? We should have made maps.
Should have made a map. Oh, yay.
Alright, let's make a map. There's like, what, 3 floors?
Yep. Don't forget to throw Chuba at him.
Use. Cloak. Use horn. Alright. Oh, we got this. We got this. I think. Offer.
Chuba. Blah, blah.
Get you home, man. Doesn't last actually. Okay.
Okay, so we got. I don't know what to do. Okay. We went through the north.
Yeah.
I should probably do it like something. I remember straight up's a dead end. Yeah.
Well, it's. Well, left is a dead end.
Yep. And north is a dead end right there too.
Well, is that right there, or is that actually?
That is actually right there.
I don't think it is.
No, it isn't. That definitely wasn't.
Okay, so then we go right, and then up. And then I think we go to the left here, and then up, and then up.
Nope. Fuck. Those are from guns. Jin! Eat a Jin.
And perlets and
Persons. Perlet, more damage person, never miss.
use to use
use a nuke.
Okay, so that's bad news.
I don't know where you went. I looked down to draw something, and I looked up and you were gone.
Yeah, I don't know where I went either.
Okay, I now know where you went. That's yeah. So go up. Okay, you're there.
Yep.
Go that way. That goes to there. That goes up there. That goes up like that. That goes up like that. How many over was that? 2?
Yep. And then it goes like.
And that goes like 1, 2. That.
Hi, door. Oh,
7
space
near
storage.
things. Sweet.
We can exit that to the right.
Okay.
Do you know where that is?
No.
Neither do I.
That.
Feels like firmware.
Yeah. Yeah. You still have stuff left over, but no gens. Use the nuke again.
Okay, so that's a bad news bears. This was the other Firmagon room.
Yep.
So there's just 2 Firmagon rooms. Like,
Wherever we are. That looks, yeah. Okay, well, that's our map of the first room.
okay, so basically we come in, we go up here. There are some.
You wanted to go west, over here, and then into slaves, and then
There are
and then
like
down.
Firmagons here and like Firmagons here. So we don't go that way. We go like this, and like it's like a down door.
And there was a slave room over there that gave us your.
There, that's roughly the route through the first floor.
Okay. Let's do the second floor now.
Yeah, we want to go up. No, we don't want to go down. We want to exit the north. No,
No, it's to the east.
no,
No. West?
exit the west.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So second.
And you were in like a big square room, and then it's like good luck ever getting back to that door if you wanted to leave.
second floor. So
I remember you bossed this room. This floor. It's like southwest of here.
do 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 do. Yeah, it's literally like that. Okay.
So much for our map.
You were just drawing lines. Okay.
Third floor. Oh wait, I remember the third floor already. It was like
yes.
it was like
Exit to the north. Can we go left?
and then Hurls. Okay, I don't remember the third floor. I remember the fourth floor. Zytrum.
We keep going this way? Or we go back?
We did like a weird like roundabout I think we keep going this way. We go up. We go down. Nope. Nope. Up there. To the right. Up. No. It's to the up. Wait, no. Okay, it was down there.
Not that one.
Try it. So that was that way. Oh,
What way did we come in though? Like, we went up.
it was like
I think we came out of a door north,
it was like
and then we went like
that.
to the right, past some hurls. So put like an H,
Rolls.
and then we went like up.
And we went left.
Did we?
Yeah, we did, because we did
Okay.
the whole like that way, and then we went up, and then we went
To the right.
Yeah.
All right, whatever. That looks right. Then we exit to the north, so 4th floor. Then we go up. And this is the one with all the different
yeah, straight down,
hallways.
straight
It
down.
was the first one.
Yeah.
There are hurls.
It was like that hidden passage to the wall on the left. There you go, straight left. Yeah.
And then this is Dragos, right?
Yes.
Should I try using like the elixir like now?
Yeah. Not here. The fire froze.
Trying to like use word, you know, before he like messes us up. Okay, well we can use.
Did we ever try just like stabbing him?
Yeah, I can't
Or
stab.
arrow?
I can't arrow. I can't cast.
It's got to be a use then.
I can't offer. Can't talk. All I can do is use. Alright, use Elvish Boots. No. Use Torch. No. Use.
Maybe we have to like offer him the
Match.
elixir while he's talking to you.
use. Well, I tried. I was spamming the buttons. Like, I guess I wasn't spamming offer, but like,
What do we do?
use cloak. Use nuke. Use carder. Use key. I like how we never use the keys. We bought some from the store and then we never ever use them.
We used one to open the treasure chest in the dragon cave.
Oh right. Use rope. Use flute. Use gem. Use irritable. Use staff. Use toy. Use green. Use
Yes.
background.
Use the amulet.
Use amulet. Use purple. Use Chula. Use elixir. Use
Tea. Use cookie.
Use cookie.
Use 8 terpenes.
That's it. Terpenes. 8. Use turban.
Do we just have to survive a certain amount of hits? What'd you do?
I pressed D for drink, and it just automatically drank the elixir. Wouldn't let us use it, but if I just press the D button, it drinks it.
Okay, yeah, it's submit thy ring.
Takes the form of the archdemon Gertex. Dragos is visibly shaken by the sight of his master and mentor. He goes down on his knees and says, Master, I am at your command.
Word. Submit.
Caps lock?
Yep. No.
Oh yeah, one word at a time.
Thy ring.
Yes, master. It was only for you that I kept this ring. Dragos hands the ring to Reese. The spell is gone. Reese is resuming his own shape. Dragos is mad with rage as he joins equals.
Use the rings! Well, we have both the rings. Do we just stab him now? Nope. GG.
Do you realize how frustrating this game is?
Yep. Oh, entirely. You can't just use the elixir. You have to specifically drink the. You have to use the drink command, which has only ever been used to drink from a lake on the map to drink the elixir. Oh, here we go again.
At least we have maps.
Our fantastically drawn maps.
Very, very high quality maps. There's no way we can possibly get lost.
Cloak and then horn, and then hope to God we make it. Fucking peacock bird, man. It's like a quail, actually.
Offer. Tuba.
Can we just like throw a handful of tuba at once?
Nope.
Nom nom. Nom nom.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Nom nom.
Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
I am now drugged. Goodbye.
Alright, so we go north, and then we go like right,
Up,
up,
but not all that way.
left,
Up, left. Up, left. No.
We don't go up. Like, this is Firmigan's,
Okay.
so we want to go.
Yeah, right there.
Got it.
The left was to the
And then we exit out the right.
Yep. Or left.
Oh yeah. And then we just kind of go left.
Left, down, left, up, left, down.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay, then we exit out the.
That way. Oh wait, no. Up, north.
Yeah. And then we have to go through some Herals by going right.
Yep. Is that Trump? Oh my god.
At least we know how to elixir.
Well, we can do elixir at the start of the fight, and then we have all that extra time to figure out what the hell do we do after we have the rings. Left.
Left.
Up.
Up here.
Yep.
And
then
left.
It's to the right. Yep.
Right there. Exit.
To the north.
And we go over.
And then go to the. I was gonna say, if you go to the second exit, you might be able to skip those.
Got him.
There we go. And drink as soon as you get in there. Submit thy ring. Word. Submit. Word. Thy ring. Okay, so we got some at the ring, and those are the words to activate the rings.
Oh yeah,
maybe?
is that? Are there rings that?
Cause
Oh wait, because the wizards gave us a bunch of words, right?
yeah,
And we haven't used those, have we?
no, we haven't.
Are those them?
Those are the ones from the wizards.
Hmm.
Word. Erdam.
Is that correct?
Yep. Word. Bugardilv. Yep. Word. Hane. Nope. Dem. Word. Ogander. Ogandur. Shem. Nope. We've done the Blair one, right?
Yeah, we've definitely used those.
My goon Bythar has Medi.
Pretty sure we used those for the getting in the Grumpy place. But I'll try them.
What words I have?
Is there a dash in by five?
Yeah.
I guess.
Nope. So those were written down.
Are you sure those are the ones from the wizards?
Oh, were those from the monks? Because I remember the monks said, like, this is the first word, this is the second word, this is the third word.
The monks told us submit by ring.
Okay. I'm pretty sure those are the words from the wizard.
Hmm.
D-I-O, that's a V. I have no other words on here. No,
What's the yokel?
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know. Oh, just yokel. Rings of Zilfin! It's like a huge techno party.
We just turned him into a pile of
Jesus
ash.
Christ! So yokel.
just yokel. So what were those other words for? Nothing? Did it throw us off? Okay, so it came to pass that Lord Dragos was destroyed and the land was free once again. But many questions remain unanswered.
Yeah!
How did Dragos manage to beat the ancient defense built by Zilfins and invade Bethany? Why were Zilfins hiding in Demian rocks, and why didn't they act against Lord Dragos? Was this the final victory, or could the dark forces strike again? In ages to follow, answers to these questions were to be found. But that's another story. The end. Well, that was a thrilling conclusion to Rings of Zilfin.
You just scream words.
Yeah, you scream one word.
Yokel!
Yokel! And disintegrate the last boss.
Oh, well, thank you, Rias. Thanks for bringing me the ring. 1 second, let me drink this potion. Give me your ring. Yokel! I'm the winner.
You turn into his boss, make him hand over the ring, and then you just, oh, I got 2 rings, you're dead.
GG!
I tricked you. Because he fell for that. He's like, ah, Rias, prepare to die. And then, oh my god.
Oh, wait, you're actually my boss.
Oh, wait, no, you're actually Rias. You didn't see that coming? Like, you missed the part where I pulled an elixir, drank it, and transformed? You know what I
Right
mean?
in front of his eyes.
Alright, well, I guess he's not very bright. You know, he only, like, kind of took over the
Well,
town. We were able to do whatever we wanted.
to be fair, he's just a necromancer.
Right.
He had a boss that he said he's been holding the ring
Mm.
for and waiting.
Right.
Wow. So we literally don't get any story from beating the game. We have to get the other games.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get Rings of Zilfin 2 and 3.
And 3.
No. Okay, maybe. Maybe someday.
Eventually.
Maybe.
PC version 1.0, there's no updates.
Yeah, updates. What are those?
Why would you say version 1.0 if you're never going to update it?
I don't know.
Maybe they're planning on it in the sequels.
I guess. Alright, so Rings of Zilfin.
So,
What do you think of Rings of Zilfin?
you know what?
Lord of the Rings out of 10?
Well, considering the Legendary Hero Arenas looks nothing like the Legendary Hero Arenas on the front cover.
Yeah.
Although, to be fair, it does say on the box that those were Commodore 64 graphics only. But, all things aside, you know what? There was some really frustrating moments in this game that I just felt were poorly designed. Like, having to guess on the final boss fight while you're taking an insane amount of damage you've never seen before, that you had to use the command to drink from a spring to use an item in your inventory. It was just... why? Like, why couldn't you just use elixir? Okay, I'm good. Why would you have to drink... Well, I get you drink the elixir, but that command was never used. Like, the drink command was only used drinking pawns while you're walking.
Yeah.
Like, never in a combat experience.
Yeah,
so...
we only ever used it while we were in the walking sequences. And so, like, the walking sequences, the dungeons, the towns were all very different. They all had very different sets of commands. Well, I mean, similar sets of commands, but, like, you know, differences. And we never used the drink command outside of the walking sequences before, right up until that very end. And so, like, I mean, that was bizarre. I just kind of, like, we exhausted everything, you know, and so it just kind of occurred to me, like, well, I'm going to start pressing buttons.
Yeah.
D makes sense because it's for drink. Sure enough,
It
there
works.
it goes. But then we have another problem, you know? Now what? We just get, like, killed immediately, you know?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that.
no. We knew the Submit Thy Ring.
Right,
we knew
right.
that from actually playing the
We
game.
got that after drinking.
And then afterwards, it was like, okay, well, what do we do?
Yeah, now what do? We've got the ring, so it's like, okay, use rings?
Nope.
Nope, that's not going to work.
Word, okay, I get the word thing, because that is like a big mechanic in this game.
Right,
is remembering shit and writing down everything that
But
ever
then, of
has
course,
happened.
we have this handful of words. We've only used a few so far.
Yeah, we still have like 3 phrases here we've never used. Like, why the hell do we have them?
So,
First
like,
Wizard's like, remember these words, these are important. Oh, fuck him, he's a dick.
yeah, we never had to use those words that were so important. We had to use 3 words to get into
Unless they're like a cheat code when you name your character.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
You name them Erdam or Bugler or Hane.
And you start with maxed everything.
Yeah, probably.
I wouldn't really be surprised, but you know, Yokal did it. That one word written in the bottom of the corner of the page.
Just if you,
we assume it would be like a phrase because everything was sets of 3 words so far, right? So like
all of this is. But yeah, so
I mean that aside,
and that's the only one word thing.
Yeah, it's the only one word.
Everything else has been 3 words up to this point.
Yeah, I was saying everything was 3 words, so we assume it's gonna be like a 3-word comment. We assume that was just some like random scribble. We didn't even realize that was a word that we had found out and written down.
Like, we were looking at the Dem Ogander Shem right above it, because we're like, 3 words, that's what we need, we're good.
Yeah.
But now it's just Scream Yokel. Or was it 4 words? Dem Ogander Shem Yokel?
Yeah, maybe we actually did input.
Like, accidentally.
Or maybe it was all those phrases, all the words
Remember
we hadn't used
every
combined.
magic word you've ever heard, and use it all at once.
You know, that's like a thing, right? So I mean, like, All right, you've kind of given some input here. So like overall, I thought the game was like, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing this
Yeah.
game. Did you enjoy playing the game? Because I
Despite
enjoyed
as
playing the game.
much frustrations as I had with giant flying eagles that were actually peacocks or quails or whatever the hell, I enjoyed it. Like, all in all, it was okay. I just felt there was a couple things that could have been better optimized, like just user interface things.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, just well, I already gave my 2 cents on the whole having to use a button that you only have ever used outside of combat in combat.
Yeah.
Or, for example, which goblin's going to kill me faster? Like, no visual indication, or any indication, really, until you actually are hit and almost dead, for you to realize, oh, look, that thing might kill me.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, there is a spell, I do believe, Eckbert. Gives insight to your enemy's strength, endurance, and combat skills. I don't know if we've ever used that.
No, we never did.
So
maybe that was our loss. We can't really complain about that, if we didn't actually use the game mechanics that they implemented to. But I mean, I felt like our combat turns were strapped like hard enough that like if we take one turn out to use that, and then
well,
like, and does it? I guess I kind of wish we had used it so that I would know. Like, does it give us intel on all of the enemies we're in combat with, or just one at a time? Like how does it do that, right?
Well, it says enemies, but it's apostrophe S, so I'm assuming it's just one. But still, like, we were so strapped in combat, as you said, where we have spells to put up magical shields so that, the Dark Wizards won't, like, basically kill us in 2 shots. And the fight would have been us just spamming the shield button and nothing would have happened and we would have died. Because it's, you can either shield or you can attack them. You can't do both, and it's 2v1, so have fun with that, like...
Yeah. Now, a few things. One of the things I actually liked about this game was the way that we progressed through it. So, like, there are a lot of repetitive elements in this game, right? Like the walking sequences.
Yeah.
You go to a town, you do some stuff, you find some people. Like, there's a lot of
the slow saunter.
Yeah, especially the walking sequences. But like the way that we progress through the game, they hand us a spell to teleport, right?
Yeah.
So like you're forced to do a lot of the walking through like the first parts of the game, which really you need to do the walking if you want to get mushrooms, if you want to make your stats, if you want to improve your stats, and like progress further, you kind of need to do some walking. So the fact that it forces you to do that walking in the early parts of the game kind of works out like in your favor, and then it allows you to skip it later when you're at a point where you don't really need to be doing it anymore. So I mean, like, I felt that was like a good design choice, because I feel like, especially since it was on 2 discs originally, having to swap the discs constantly, between the walking sequences and everything else, right? I mean, I guess you still have to do that, even if you're teleporting, right?
Yeah.
But at least it's going to save some time, so you don't feel like you're just like exhausted with the repetition of having to walk,
Well, also think too, at the start of the game, it's like remove disc 1, put in disc 2, go for a walk. 3 minutes later, you finish your walk after a thrilling combat or something. Now you put disc 1 back in. After you get the teleport spell, it's like, I want to go here. Okay, put in that disc. Put in the disc. Okay, start walking, teleport. Okay, now put back in the old disc. Take it out, put it back in. It's very...
Yeah, it's a little...
It replaces the monotony of walking with just, why am I switching discs all day?
I mean, you have to swap the discs anyway, right? But I guess they could have, like, ruled that out. Like, you choose a direction, and instead of even going to the walk sequence,
just go to the next town.
You choose a direction, and then it has like an option to.
If you could teleport from
right
the
then you wouldn't have
menu.
to swap. Then you wouldn't have to swap discs.
Yeah.
And like I feel like that then becomes the repetition. So you're right. It's kind of like they improved like one part of the game. Like taking away the gameplay part of repetition. But I mean, really, with the hardware limitations they had of the time, I don't think there's any way to avoid swapping discs. Like a lot of games back then were printed on multiple discs and you had to swap them.
And that too, in the options menu for this game, it even says like equipment check, and you can check how many floppy drives you have. And so the game might have been designed for computers with 2 floppy disks.
If you have 2 floppy drives, that would be super convenient.
Yeah, because then you could just put them both in, and then you don't have to worry about it. Because it looks like we only have the one because we're running it off the DOS
Yeah, well, I
DOSBox
mean,
over
we're in an
here.
emulator anyway, so
But
it's not really the same.
yeah, but on the main menu it does have a equipment check option, and I'm sure if you have two floppies, maybe it takes out the disk swapping. You could just put them both in and go.
Yeah, so I mean, like, it's at least in terms of the gameplay side of thing, they sort of like added that progression there, to take away some of the monotonous elements.
Yeah.
Which I thought was good. But I mean, ultimately, there's still kind of some factors they're not going to be able to do away with completely.
Well, I do like how it progressed too, in the sense of like at the start, 3 goblins jumped out and we're like, oh shit, goblins, we're dead, and like we
Yeah.
would die from 3 goblins. And then towards the end, we're just like teleporting around. Oh look, slime monster, stab stab. Okay, you're dead. Go on to the next guy. Like it was,
Right.
there was that level of progression without the whole experience points level up thing that you see nowadays. It was just kind of a passive. As you played, you just got better.
Yeah. Now I want to jump back to something we've mentioned multiple times before, being robbed.
Oh god.
So we would enter towns and like leaving buildings or whatever, especially like certain towns seem to you get robbed
They
more
get
than
'em.
others. Like every time you do something, you get robbed. And it, in the early game, this felt like really punishing.
Yeah.
Like it's like I didn't even do anything wrong, and I just lost half of my gold.
Considering the first half of the game is, I'm not really sure where to go, but I can see this vendor here, and for like a whole bunch of money, I can buy good armor. And you know what? That's seems to be my only indication of direction right now. Except go find this wizard,
Yeah.
and then you go in one certain direction, you instantly get killed by something strong. So you realize, like, hey, I should get really good armor right at the start. So you're trying to save up all this money, and then every time you go back into town, cultists, you kill them, you lose half your health, you get a gem. Okay, sell the gem. 1 gem's not enough to make it to the healing hut, so you haven't even broken even yet. And then on the way back, you stop off at the second town, you kill more cultists, you get that gem, you make it to the healer hut, and then you get robbed. And now you don't have enough money to do anything. Like, it's a very kick you while you're down sort of feel.
Yep. And after you do actually get the magic there, I mean, we did use it once. There is a spell that prevents you from being robbed.
Yeah, it's called, which one is it here? Warton.
And to me, that kind of begs the question, why? Because the game guide, like the game inside the game box, it actually came with a little sheet for like how to get started, and it told us how to make infinite money basically.
Yeah.
Like you buy this stuff here, sell it here, then you buy this other stuff here, and then you take it back to the first place and sell it there, and you make tons of money doing that. That's how you buy gear, and that's how you can go places.
Good old
Find the
toy and
wizard.
tobacco trade.
So like you're already rich, you're already completely loaded, and you got the best armor and everything, right? By the time you get to the first wizard.
Yeah. Before you even get the spell, you're already rich.
And once you are that rich, being robbed doesn't even matter. It's before that point where being robbed really feels like super shitty. After you're super rich, being robbed is who cares, and after you're super rich is when you get the spell to prevent you from being robbed. So it's like, why even bother with the spell?
Why is this mechanic in the game?
Why even bother with getting robbed? Like it just felt like the whole thing was totally like utterly pointless, and it just felt shitty in the early game. That's it.
Yeah.
Afterwards, it was like, well, that's kind of annoying, but I don't really care.
Well, yeah, when you've got $10,000 and it's like, you were mugged, you lost $20, you're like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But right at the start of the game, you're like, I sold a gem, and you're haggling for the difference between 41 that he's offering you and 42 and 43, yep. Trying to figure out how much you can get. And then it doesn't matter, because as soon as you step outside, his buddy comes and steals your coin purse and gives it back to him, and you gotta go get a new gem. Like, it's very...
Yeah.
I don't know, it was a frustrating mechanic. I didn't really see any addition to, like, gameplay value, or, like... It just took away from the game in general. Like, there was no reason to have it. They didn't do anything cool with it. If there was like a boss fight where it's like goblin thieves and they're gonna steal your elixir, and like you would have, like, if they stole stuff other than gold, okay, have the spell there to stop you from getting robbed, basically. Because like, it would suck having to go all the way to the east to get the riddle book, and then you go to Ghost Sam and you get mugged by some goblin and you lose that riddle book. But if you used the spell, you would have been okay. That would have been a cool feature, but because they didn't have that, it was just pointless. And wasted disk space, which was very limited.
Yeah, now you actually make a good point there. You brought up some like good situations where they could have actually effectively used it. And I mean, I was just thinking to myself, like, how could they have effectively used it in this game? But I mean, you kind of answered that for us. So I was thinking though, like in a more modern game, they could really do something with being robbed. Like, you walk out of a store, like I'm just thinking like of an Assassin's Creed style game. Like what if you walked out of a shop in Assassin's Creed and someone mugged you, you hunt them down and like stab them in the throat. You know what I mean? But like in this game, you don't have the opportunity to hunt them down and stab them in the throat, right? So like you just get robbed and you just
yeah, while you were inside, somebody robbed you, and it's like, oh, could have been any one of the 3 people in that store.
Yeah, the one guy, the only other person in there.
You would go into a shop, and it's just the shopkeeper, and be like, what can I get for you? And you're like, I'd like that. And he's like, it's $3,000. And you're like, no, that's too expensive. Goodbye. And he goes, okay, got your money anyways.
Exactly. So like, who's robbing you? But anyway, the whole notion of being robbed just felt shitty in this game, and it was not done well. It felt pointless. Like someone put it in, and then like they didn't do any player testing, because I think like any person that would play this would just say, yeah, it felt really shitty being robbed in the early game, and then when I was rich, I didn't care. So it was, why do you even bother? Well, I think anyone would say that.
I want to say from a just because I want to defend them.
Right.
At least give them some sort of thing, so we're not just ragging on them. The only reason why I could think they have the like robbing and the war taunt and everything in that in the game, you live in a world where a evil necromancer has taken over everything, and if you read the lore section, it basically says all trade is dead. And if you can't make it to another town before nightfall, you might as well not go because you're going to die to dragon birds. And so you got to remember. Back then, in like, what was this, 1986, actually, it says right there.
It says 86?
Yeah, 86 on the book there.
Great.
A lot of stuff was built with, like, lore. Like, they weren't just building a game and what would be fun to play. Right. It was like, hey, this is our world we made. We want you to adventure in it.
There are a lot of people that rob people in this world.
Yeah, there's a lot of shitty stuff going down, and you're the legendary hero Rias, sure, but a lot of people just look at you and be like, yo, he's got money, and my family's starving, which is a real threat in the start of the game. You can die from lack of food. That starvation is in the game. So NPCs, of course, would be starving, and that's why they go to rob you, and then the whole, like, look at me, I'm a wizard, I'm a beacon of light, and, like, nobody ever fucking messes with the wizards because we've got spells. So it's very, like, I want to say it's in there to enhance how shitty the world is, right there, especially at the start of the game where you feel it the most, where it's like, wow, this, right. Like, why do I want to save this place? Like, we're all screwed anyways here.
Yeah, you know what? I think that's totally, like, a fair way of looking at it. I do feel like it does, like, assist in
the storytelling, I'd say, yeah.
Yeah, it does. That's really the only thing it does, though, because, like, as a player experience, like, it doesn't really, if anything, it's a negative impact on the player experience. But, I do understand that they probably implemented it to build a world.
Yeah.
And the spell was then probably put in to give you a way to make the player experience, not shit, right?
And not only that,
probably.
But if you go with the same lens of we want to make a world, like this is our own world,
right?
Not only are you like the legendary hero Rias, but you're able to cast magic. Now there's 3 wizards in the world that can actually cast magic?
Yeah, 3 wizards, a sorceress.
Yeah.
Dragos. I think Dozamon knows some magic, maybe. He burnt down a village, so
Yeah, probably. And then witches, and it even says in the manual, witches are not the same as wizards. Witches use herbs and potions and stuff, whereas wizards use spells. And it just seems that Rias uses literally everything he can get his hands on to try to save the day. And so, I guess they wanted with the whole, like, Warton thing is, like, you start off the game as an ordinary citizen. You're getting robbed, goblins are trying to kill you. It's a really hard world out there. And then, eventually, you work your way up and you learn magic, and you just become this pinnacle of, like, good. Where it's like, I can no longer be robbed, I don't have to walk everywhere. Like, it really makes you feel like a powerful wizard.
Yeah.
In retrospect to the rest of the world, where as a player most of the time, nowadays, like, we're all concerned about gameplay mechanics. It's just like, okay, well, thanks for the spell, you just made half your game useless. Doop, teleport everywhere.
Yeah.
I just feel what they thought when they implemented it and what players felt when they played it were 2 completely different things. Like, they went into the designing process and they put these stuff in there, with this idea in their head of like, we want to make this memorable world.
Yeah.
And it just fell short. Like, it didn't translate well into gameplay.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's my thoughts on stealing.
Yeah, all right. That was kind of a
Long
extended
tangent.
rant there. But another thing that I want to talk about is like I think the open world that the game offered was good. I mean, I'm a fan of open world games where you can just kind of like do your own thing and figure out, you know, what you're supposed to be doing, what you are doing, you know, things like that. So like the fact that they really allowed you to just kind of do your own thing in this game, I felt that was well done.
Yeah, I liked the fact, like with the word system and, you know, stuff like Hamsherry, right? The
Yeah.
name of a halfling, and then we went to Jimbo, who we call the Mad Hatter, and he's like, hey, have you met any halflings? And it's like, oh, I remember the name of a halfling, and you type it in with the word, and he's like, oh, that's my buddy, here's some stuff for you. And it really is like, it's interesting. It's stuff you wouldn't see nowadays, because it's all quest logs and, you know, auto tracking. Like, take a look at Skyrim, which is considered one of the like RPG games, like, you know, open world games. And they've taken out quite a bit of the exploring element. I mean, there's still exploration, but a lot of it's just like, I need you to go do this quest, and then it goes in your quest log, you click the little thing, and it's like, go that way, okay, and you just wander that way.
Yeah, that was the second part of like where I was heading with that whole thing about liking the open world. You know, the fact that you do have to remember names and words. You have to remember everything manually. The game doesn't do anything for you here.
Yeah, right? We had to make our own map with a cheat sheet of words and a dungeon map. And
whereas games nowadays, like you find the wizard, you talk to those words, you get those words, then you'll be able to continue.
Yeah, then you open your spells menu and you just cast a spell. Done.
The nifty thing about a game like this is where you do have to remember things manually is, technically speaking, if we had played the game before, we don't have to figure out any of this stuff. We can just go to where we need to go and do the words because we know the words already.
Yep.
Whereas games nowadays, they're gating their content by making you discover the stuff first. You know?
Oh yeah.
But and then auto remembering it. Now they could still like, so maybe that's why they're doing it, right? Like maybe that's why they're doing like the auto, you know, the game remembers the stuff for you that you figured out, right? As a gating mechanic. But you could still require the player to remember the stuff by themselves. Just implement some sort of like background check to say that, yeah, they did figure it out for themselves, you know, but they still have to remember what it is. Kind of deal, right?
Or even like a cool thing I would like to see is, you know, in a game, whether it's an MMO or just an RPG or something, you get a quest or you get a set of instructions from an NPC, and a lot of people, they skip through dialogues, they skip through cutscenes and everything nowadays because they just want to play the game, and just have it so that at the start there's a cutscene, you skip the cutscene, and it's like, okay, now what? And then you talk to the guy, and he's like, don't you remember where I told you to go? And you're just like, oh shit, and you open up your journal, and there's nothing in there because you didn't write anything. And I felt like Morrowind did that quite a bit.
Yeah?
Yeah, Morrowind was very much a listen to what they're saying, and then you have to like ask on keywords and expand, otherwise you have no idea where you're going. It's just wander around and get killed by bugs.
So you can't cutscene skip everything.
Well, it's all like, it had a different conversation system. So the Skyrim's got the very much like just pick the words you want and then it just says it. Whereas Morrowind, like, they would talk and then a word would be in red. And then you could highlight it and be like, what do you mean by that? And then they would expand on it if they liked you, or if they didn't like you, they'd tell you to fuck off, kind of stuff.
Right.
And then you would have to gather information on these keywords. And then when somebody else comes up to you and he's like, hey, do you know about this town? And then you'd be like, oh, well, I heard this is going down in that town. Like, you would have to put them together. And unless you had conversations with like certain characters and gotten information on that keyword, you wouldn't be able to go talk to somebody else about it.
But in that situation, the game is still like,
it does remember it for you. Yes.
So it's like, well, he talked to this guy, so we're going to give him this option when talking to this guy.
Yeah. But it's, if the player doesn't pursue it and doesn't like push on that word to like learn more about that word, they won't have the opportunity.
No, I think that's a good way of doing it though, because the player still kind of has to like be somewhat involved in the process.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, a lot of games, a lot of current games, the player can just basically zoom through all the cutscenes, all the dialogue, you know, without paying any attention, and you know, just like click, 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 and then, you know, go where they need to go, like, or whatever.
Or even
because the thing will probably tell you like, oh, I just talked to this guy, and now I just go find this. Like
well, it either tells you or
some sort of like quest waypoint system.
yeah, well, it's either quest waypoint or the game itself is designed that there's only one thing for you to do. Like take a
Yeah.
look at Ocarina of Time. You come out of the forest, Kokorika Forest, and it's like, wow, Hyrule Field, look at all this open stuff. Where do you want to go? Well, that place is locked. That's got a boulder. That's got this. Like, you can't go to those places until you've progressed, but you have the option to explore.
Well, you can.
Well, you
go
can,
to
and
those
you.
places.
Ideally, you can't. But
you're not supposed to.
I heard back jumping helps a lot.
But there are a lot of things that you can do. I mean, if you wrong warp out of the if you wrong
you can
warp
do
out
it from the Deku Tree
if
right
you
into
wrong warp out of the Deku Tree into Ganon's castle, you can grab the bomb shoes from Ganon's castle, and so then you're Child Link with bomb shoes. And once you have bombs or bomb shoes, you can hover through the air.
Yeah.
By using the bomb. So let's not discuss Zelda right now,
but the way it was designed,
it was designed with gating mechanics.
Yeah.
And now I mean, it wasn't necessarily too linear though. Especially as the game progressed, it did open up a little bit more.
Oh yeah, like I want to say Child Link in that area was very linear in the sense of like you had to go do this, but after you became Adult Link, it was like go to the temples. Might want to go to this one first because you get a hook shot. Like
right. Now I mean, I guess we're still like talking about Zelda,
yeah,
which
we should go back to Zilfin, but it was the whole open world concept. It's really hard to do.
Yeah, Rings of Zilfin was completely open world. We could do whatever we wanted, whenever we wanted, in whatever order we wanted. Well, almost whatever order. Like we had to get the amulet.
Yeah.
From Dozomon to get the ring, right? From Sam. So there were certain things that had to be done before other certain things, but ultimately most of the first part of our the first 2/3 of our playthrough was us just going everywhere.
Yeah, well,
and doing whatever.
Even take a look at the way the game is, right? You get teleport at level 2, wizard. We got our first wizard in the second zone because we didn't find the one in the first zone. So when they designed it, it was supposed to be you do the first zone, which has a little bit of walking. You do the second zone, which has, a fair bit of walking. But halfway through the second zone, you can start to teleport. Well, we finished the second zone, we finished the first zone, we got halfway through the third, and we're like, okay, yeah, what the hell are we doing? Let's go find this other wizard and get, level 3. Actually, I think we got level 2 wizard from the wizard in the third thing, and then went back and got level 3 wizard after we had teleport.
Yeah.
Because the swamps and everything. So, that is kind of cool. It was a little bit upset. Well, I don't want to say upsetting, but it was very tedious, because it was they were long walks and everything. But at the same time, in an open world game, as a player, I appreciate the option of just, I missed that, and this is it's not, oh, you missed that, you can't do anything. It's, yeah, you missed that, your life's going to be harder, but you can still progress.
Yeah, that's the thing. Because we missed the first wizard, I didn't feel like we were particularly punished for it. I mean, we didn't even know we missed the first wizard, until a while in, and we kind of realized, okay, maybe there's a guy we missed here, but I didn't feel punished at all for missing it.
Yeah, just.
So I mean, despite the disadvantages that we did suffer, we did so unknowingly.
If anything, I was gonna say it made it when we got the when we found the second wizard and finally got our wizard powers. It was oh yeah, we're wizards now.
Right.
It kind of built it up more with the whole Jazeeps, and then it only did 5 damage. But
yeah, I didn't feel too bad about that at all. So in that case, it's an example of the open world where it's kind of punishing because you might not do everything the way you're supposed to do things, but the reality is there is not really a way you're supposed to do things. It's kind of is up to you, and so you don't really feel bad when you screw something up. You can't blame the game for that. You can only blame yourself, and I don't even want to blame myself. I don't.
I enjoyed it every minute of trying to figure out what it was. As I said, there were some frustrating parts about it, but that wasn't in terms of lore building and world building and everything. It was good. It was cool. It's just frustrating because I guess I have, as a more modern gamer nowadays, I have a different mindset than clearly what they intended, their intended audience had. taking out a pen and paper and writing a map or doing notes or something like that is kind of not heard of. Like, nobody really does it anymore.
No,
unless you're
not,
like into
not
lore
part,
crafting or theory crafting or anything
it's
like
not
that.
part of the video gaming experience.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still very much a part of like the tabletop gaming experience, right?
Yeah. Well, like instruction manuals nowadays, who reads them, right? They're 4 pages on don't keep your eyes too close to the DS. This thing has went from mint condition to just like tattered from us running through it 100 times.
Yeah, I know. The resale value, come on.
We couldn't even get past one of the things without looking at the lore section, the Fate of Darmag, and reading through it. That I was just... Yep. I happened to read it earlier on in the playthrough while I was trying to find other stuff, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then I saw his name. I was like, I know something about this. But no NPC in the game says it.
Like, none that we found.
Yeah, probably a monk on the side of a road after we got teleport.
The downside of the open world.
Yeah, especially since all the other monks are retarded and just say the same thing over and over again. Like, it's very...
Alright, so I mean, I think we've got some like good thoughts there on Rings of Zilfin. Anything final to say before we like come to a conclusion about this game?
When's the sequel?
When's the sequel? I don't know. Maybe when we reboot DOS mode enabled.
Okay, no. My question for you: if we play the sequel, what do you think has changed from Rings of Zilfin 1 to Rings of Zilfin 2? Do you think we'll still have to use the word system? Do you think we'll still have to do pen and paper?
I think it's going to fundamentally be the same. I think it will be a similar gaming experience. I mean, obviously the lore will have expanded, and I feel like they might have expanded on some of the systems in their game, like
maybe the dungeons won't be as janky, or
yeah, like maybe there'll be maybe more dungeons, maybe a little bit more consistent, because like there are kind of 2 types of dungeons in that game, you know, like they're like straight running ones, the ones you actually had to
explore around.
So I mean, I don't know which ones I preferred more. I prefer the exploring ones more. The running ones were just, is that even a dungeon? You know, can I count that as a dungeon? Like, it just seemed like a mini game or something, you know. So I feel like they probably like expanded on some of the concepts, but I don't think they would have removed like the word system.
Or robbing?
Or well, I don't know. Robbing might have been removed because like we're not exactly sure where the storyline went from here, right?
Yeah.
So like obviously there's still something up. Otherwise there wouldn't be a second game.
That's true.
But I mean, is the world as shitty as it is in this game? Maybe not. So maybe robbing did get removed from the game in the sequel. Yeah. I think that's a very real possibility.
Maybe towns will be bigger because, you know, well, it could have been. I don't know how how many years after.
I don't even know if it takes place in the same world.
Yeah, that's true too. It could be 150 years from now. It could be 200. Like, who knows?
We're not
or
really
a different
sure
continent.
So I mean, it's difficult to speculate when you don't really know anything about the game you're speculating about. But because it's a sequel to this game, I feel like it's going to maintain a lot of the similar interactions that this one involves. So like the word system, I definitely think will be reappearing in the sequel.
Okay, so I'll rephrase my question then. What would you like to see done better in the sequel, and what would you like to see taken out or changed in the sequel?
Well, I mean, I think robbing is
pretty obvious for the taken out because it's just
in terms of changing things, the word system. There are some frustrations with the word system. The fact that we were getting sets of 3 words all the time, and there was no indication to us that we could only enter a single word at a time.
Or even a confirmation, you know, like with the word thing, you would type in a word, and then you'd type in all 3, and then nothing would happen. You'd be like, okay, well, I guess that's the wrong words. Or you would type in word, and then realize, oh, only 1 word. So you would type in the first word, and it's not, okay, what's the second word, what's the third word? It would just be like, okay, blank screen. And nothing would happen still. The same response that if you did all 3 and got it wrong. So you didn't really know if you were right or if you were wrong. It was just a kind of trial and error process.
Like when we were typing those words on Dozamon, or Dragos there.
Dragos at the end.
Words, we typed those 3 sets of words and, you know, nothing happened, right? So, like, there's no indication that anything was right or anything was wrong. The only time we knew that we were right is when we typed the 1 word that was right.
Yeah.
You know,
which in this case was only 1 word. It wasn't 3 words.
So I guess nothing happening is the indication of the words being incorrect. But of course, because there were 3 phrases, you know, there's no indication that those words are incorrect, and I feel like there should be, because otherwise we do end up typing in this entire 3-word phrase, and then nothing happens, and we're like, okay, well, I guess it was wrong, you know.
Yeah.
But so
especially if it only needed a 1-word.
Yeah, it only needed a single word. Whereas I know there was one where we were typing words and it did actually give like an indication that we were typing the words correctly. Like it didn't do anything when we typed the wrong words, but like it was a set of 3 words we had to input, and like after it did the first one, there was like a slight beep, or there was something that said, the word is right. Or oh, you know what it was? You know what it was? When we typed the wrong words, it said like it does nothing. But when we typed a word that was part of the 3 words,
It just didn't say anything.
It just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of annoying because, like, well, was it right or was it wrong? Well, I mean, it wasn't wrong, I guess. So maybe it's right. So maybe a little bit more clarity.
Yeah.
They could definitely provide a little bit more clarity when using the word system. Now, I mean, I do like the word system, but a little bit more clarity and a little bit more consistency in the way that the system operates, I think would definitely improve the feel.
Yeah. 100% agree with you on that. I mean, like, again, with the fact that you have to type in 1 word at a time, and there's 3 words per door is kind of like crazy, and then you only have the 1 word at the end for the rings, the inconsistency on that. But also, I think with the word system, another thing I would like to see done with it is instead of having to stop and open up your menu, and then change your spell, and then hit the cast button, just type in the name of the spell. Hit W, type in the name of the spell, and that's what you cast. It just better flow, in my opinion, and that's one less menu you need. Because the spell menu doesn't give you a description. It's you hit the spell and it's like, what spell do you want to prepare? And then you hit the key for it and you cast that spell. That's it.
And it takes up the full screen. It like really brings you out of the game experience.
Yeah, it stops the combat, does that, like everything. Whereas, if I have this system in place where I can hit W and it does something, why can't I just encode the spells with their very unique names of Jazip and Rektar and Sol and Bazap into the thing and just have it that I type out Jazip and I cast a Jazip. I would like to see that if they did change it in the sequel.
Yeah.
I think that would be just better flow for gameplay.
I have to agree. I don't really like the spell menu. Now, I mean, I do think having to type out the spell every time you want to cast it would be maybe a little tedious, but like maybe type out the spell to prepare it. And still have a cast button for it.
Yeah, that could do it. Or even just when you hit the W key.
I think.
Or even when you hit the W key for word or whatever, it just has the last thing you typed in. Or you could do like W and up to type the last thing. Then again, it's the technology they had. They might not have been able to do it.
The limitations. So.
That's one of the things we got to keep in mind. But overall, I'd say I enjoyed it.
I thought Rings of Zilfin was a good experience. So I mean, like for an old RPG like that, I got more enjoyment out of it than some games that come out today.
Yeah.
So are people like our game designers learning? I guess so, but.
Fortunately, SSI forever, Strategic Simulations Incorporated.
Well, Strategic Simulations Incorporated doesn't exist anymore.
So
it was bought out by Ubisoft in 2001.
Ho ho, Ubisoft.
And then the name was discontinued sometime after.
I want to. It'd be interesting to see where the developers of this game went. Like, what have they done? Do they still work in the industry? Do some research into that. I'll figure that out.
So, Brandon.
For everybody who's watching, Brandon is passed out. He left halfway through, and he just took a nap on the couch.
So, I guess his thoughts are...
Clearly, he was bored.
Bored? Yeah, I guess. Maybe.
Just didn't capture the attention of the modern gamer.
Well, I give Rings of Zilfin a 7 out of 10.
I'd have to give it... Overall, I'd say maybe 6.7, 6.8. Just because of gameplay.
Yeah.
Like, lore-wise, I feel they really tried to do the best that they could. And I really appreciate it. Like, the whole world and everything they've built, it's just... It didn't quite click together in the end. Especially with the freaking giant... Like, come on.
Wow, yeah. I mean, and the ending to the plot there was a little...
Yeah.
Little open.
And you can see, too, like
feeding into the second game.
Yeah. Like, hey, we're gonna make a second one. You gotta buy that, too.
Brandon.
What are your thoughts?
Come provide your thoughts
Come back.
on Rings of Zilfin.
Come back to us.
We're done. Song of Darkness.
Oh, I like the rave parties.
Yeah, the rave parties.
I will say the rave parties and the Song of Darkness was fantastic in this game. In a weird, comedic sort of way.
Alright, well, I think that just about wraps up our playthrough of Rings of Zilfin.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's been like, what? 8 weeks now of doing this,
around there.
something like that. And we finished the game. It was pretty solid for a nice adventure RPG.
Yeah, that's
And-
exactly adventure RPG.
Adventure RPG. And we're going to be back next week.
Yes, we are.
We are. However, we will not be we will not be DOS mode enabled because we will not be playing a DOS game next week. Next week we will be playing one of the most well-known adventure games of all time.
Fantastic one. It's mind-rackingly hard.
Originally developed. What was it originally developed for? Like was it on the Commodore?
Was it Commodore or was it 92?
Well, it was like 93 or something like that. So, but anyway, the copy that I have is for Windows 95. So, it's a little old, not quite DOS, but we are going to be playing Myst.
The original. Well, it's not the original, I guess, because the original. Is the 95 one the original?
No, like I said, it came out in like 93 originally.
Okay.
And then the 95 version that
Still
I have.
Same game,
It's the same
updated graphics.
It's the same game. No, I think the graphics are actually the same.
Okay.
It's Myst. We are going to be playing Myst. So we'll be back next week playing Myst. So I have been Solfar.
And I've been Shmoka.
And that has been Kazuma. Over there. On the chair.
Scratching his head right now.
Partially awake, partially asleep. We're not quite sure.
And thanks for tuning in.